such a calm, soothing day to enjoy the rain if it wasn't for the sound of construction in the background. Good morning. I think it's June 4th. I don't even really know anymore. Everything is so confusing. Oh man, how are you doing this morning? Yeah, everything is really... So I was actually literally just packing to go to a sit-in that I just found out about, and then found out is actually on Saturday. So if you're here in Paris on Saturday, hold on, let's go like that. Yeah, where there's a sit-in that's planned in front of the U.S. Embassy for Saturday at 3 p.m. here in Paris. I just found out from a friend about it. Thought that it was today, so it was literally just like, oh, I better get ready to go. And yeah, then thankfully saw clarification that it's not until Saturday. So that would have been a very lonely sit-in. And given the rain, it would have been a very wet and probably kind of sad one too. How are you? There's a lot going on, and there's some weird stuff going on with YouTube right now too, like with my account and other stuff. And since starting over. I have a thing this evening. I have a dinner with my former landlords, I guess, with the office. They've been wanting to have me over for dinner for a while, and they were trying to get me to come over before confinement. Then confinement happened. Obviously, I couldn't go, although I get the feeling that maybe they might have still had me over during confinement. But I'm going to go over and have dinner with them tonight and a couple of their friends and get caught up. And with the rain and just the crazy running around and everything, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to stay home and get some work done from home today. And I've just been running extra slow in general, which I think is probably pretty universal at this point. There's so much to process. There's so much going on. There's so much confusion, just trying to keep track of everything that's happening. And yeah, it's a lot. And if you're feeling that way, at least you know you're not alone, because I'm feeling that way. I'm sure there are other people that are feeling there's so much happening. So how about a little bit of housekeeping, I thought, for a vlog today? Because one of the things that I used to do when I was a daily vlogger was take days where I just sat and talked to the camera for a minute. Makes for a little bit less time constraint on the filming and the editing and so forth, because it's a lot simpler. Just sit down and talk and share a couple of things that are going on, a couple details, make a couple of requests of you. Wow, that was way too close. And the request that I'm going to make today is just maybe follow me elsewhere as well. YouTube, just a quick little scare. I know this happens to other YouTubers. They complain about it, and a lot of time, you're just like, whoa, whatever. But my vlog from a couple days ago, I made a vlog that was just like, the idea was to give some space to reflect, to think, to process. And so I took still shots of the city where it was just, traffic rolling by, people walking, the river rolling underneath, whatever it was, to give some space, because I definitely needed that space. And for whatever reason, YouTube's only shown it to maybe like 15% of the normal number of people that would have seen it by now, and I don't know why. And I got a lot of messages, thank you, from people who were concerned because they didn't see it pop up in their feeds or their notifications, wherever they would normally see it. Obviously, hitting the bell notification down below will help, I think, but in the instance that happens, there's nothing I can do about it. I don't know. I made changes in the metadata. I thought about premiering it or something like that to try and give it a boost. I don't know. And it's just a weird one to have them not show, because so chill, so nice. If you want to go watch it, I'll be sure to link to it above and below. But if you want to follow me, there are a couple of places you can follow me where I'm always active as well, which Instagram and Twitter are probably the most likely locations. So if you want to follow me there, I don't know if that's a shameless plug or what that is, but it's probably good to spread the following love a little bit, just in case, I don't know, YouTube decides one day it doesn't want to show my videos to you anymore. A little bit disconcerting. If you did see it, that video where it was like nice and calm and tranquil, just like shots of Paris, did you like it? I've always wanted to do videos like that. Like, I always thought it'd be kind of nice to just go out, find spots, shoot them, not really edit anything, just leave the sound in, just pick a moment, in different parts of the city and just kind of share Paris. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. I'm not sure, obviously if YouTube's not going to show them to you, that's going to be kind of rough, but what do you think? Would you be interested? Do you like them? Would you like more? If you haven't seen it, check it out, and then let me know. If you have seen it, let me know. It seems like it had a good response, and hopefully it's just a nice way to just sit with your own thoughts and enjoy the city a little bit. And that was kind of the hope from it. But let me know. Did Did you like it? Speaking of construction noises, I don't know if you can hear the farting drill noises going on in the background, but I almost forgot today's episode was produced by my buddy Dave Patierno. Dave's an old friend. He's one of my first patrons, believe it or not. And he's the guy in the past who, if you watched my daily vlog for a long time, you know I would appease with my blood. He loved seeing me get injured. This is his favorite part of the vlog. And so, yeah, anytime I end up getting cut, scraped, bashed, or bruised, or bloodied, it's usually dedicated to Dave. So it's kind of fun that he came up as the random producer today, which, you know, ironically, there's no blood in it, but that's okay. I'm sure he'll be happy with it nonetheless. And of course, thanks to the rest of my patrons who are happier when I don't bleed. I appreciate that a lot. Dave, take note. One other interesting thing, we'll see if this pans out. It feels like one of those things that you shouldn't talk about until it happens, but there's a magazine called France Amérique, which is like an expatriate magazine in France. Or not in France, in New York. It was a magazine that was founded by French people that were exiled during World War II, living in Paris, and, you know, it's kind of like a propaganda arm to help push the war effort and encourage the French and support Charles de Gaulle and all that. And then it just turned into a cultural, I mean, it's still probably propaganda to some degree. I don't know if they'd appreciate me saying that. At least that's what I read on Wikipedia. It swapped ownerships a few times, and now it's basically a monthly cultural magazine that comes out in the States in English, but helping to share French culture with people who love French culture but may not speak the language. I didn't know about them until they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to be featured in their Bastille Day edition, which sounds kind of cool, especially given everything going on right now in the world. They did a podcast spread in their last issue, which my friend Lindsay Tremuta was a part of. So I reached out to her and asked her what the experience was like. She said that they were phenomenal. They're great people. Go for it. And so I sent them a couple of pictures. If you actually get that magazine already, you should see me in the July edition, it sounds like. And if not, I guess check it out. I'll be sure to share more when I know more, but that was kind of a cool little piece of like happy news, you know, out of the recent deluge of not so great news. And it's good to have a little bit of that thrown in there. And speaking of house cleaning, not that I need to, I don't worry, I've been cleaning. Although there was a thunderstorm last night and I came home and my window was open and my entire desk was soaked. Thankfully, none of my equipment was affected by that. I tend to keep it in the areas that stay drier, but it was a little bit concerning. Book situation. The books apparently have finished printing. They're waiting for me to finish paying like the second half of the invoice, but they got the shipping numbers wrong and it's confusing. So if you backed my book, Sea of the Unknown, on Kickstarter, it's on its way soon, hopefully by the end of this week. It's running a little bit behind now because there's been some confusion, and so I think I might give them a call in a little bit and try to sort that out. But it should be on its way fairly soon. The printer is located in Minneapolis, and so their location is, I guess, physically just outside the city. So they've been affected by COVID, obviously, but they haven't been too deeply affected by everything else that's going on. But I don't know if that's still the case or not for sure. So just as a little bit of an update there, things are a little bit behind, but theoretically we should have everything sorted in the next day or two. There's just been some weird confusion because I did ask them to send me a chunk of books here in Paris just so that I could have them on hand, assuming that we're ever allowed to, you know, mingle again. And there's just been some weird confusion there. So the books theoretically should be being shipped out here shortly. Those are on the way. And that's really, I mean, there's a lot on my mind. I'm trying to process everything, and I'm looking forward to going to this sit-in with a couple of friends. And I don't know that I'm going to film it necessarily, but I'll make sure to take at least one or two kind of wide shots and maybe share about the experience later. But if I don't talk about it, it's mostly because I don't know that I want to run the risk of being exploitative, you know. But I do want to support what's going on as best I can. And so if you are in Paris and you want to go sit in front of the U.S. Embassy, there are a lot of reasons to sit in front of the U.S. Embassy right now. But it's a good time to go and express that most essential right to democracy, which is to be upset with your government and protest. So let's go do that. In the meantime, speaking of spaces, it seems like the construction noises of well, as I say that, loud noises happen. I don't know. I'll leave you with some rain-soaked leaves and a little bit of sunshine here to close out today's video. And I hope that you're doing all right wherever it is you are. Remember that it's a really important time to stay aware and educated and to be learning as much as we can. I'm trying to take in as much as I can, but also take care of yourself, because it's being in this for the long haul is a key element as well. So make sure that you take good care of yourself and look to take care of the people around you, as we've been doing already through the COVID experience, and now with everything unfolding around us in the midst of George Floyd's murder and just the resurgence of things that have been going on for a really long time, if you have it in you, make sure to look to somebody else today to see who you can take care of. And if that has to be you today, that's also fine. Make sure to take care of yourself too. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for now and leave you with a little bit of delightful rainy leafy footage to hopefully kind of chill you out here at the end of the video before sending you back out into a very unchill world. But at least you know we are definitely all in this together in one form or another. So I'm thinking of you. I'll see you tomorrow.